All right, so great news, everyone. Joey Dawejko is able to join in on the live. So we're just going to wait for Joey to get in shortly, and then we will start that interview. Joey is a heavyweight, so he's in one of the toughest divisions on the course because you have Deontay Wilder and you have Tyson Fury. You also have Babyface as well. So it's a very tough division, so we're going to learn about that. We're going to learn a little bit more about Joe. So we're going to see what's going on with the heavyweight division and all, and we're going to learn a little bit more about Joey. So hold on 1 second. Hang tight. Joey looks like he just logged on. So, Joe, when you send the request, I'll be able to connect us. All right, here we go. He sent the request. I'm going to get him on. 1 second, guys. Yo, man, what's up?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Good. I've been working from home, so
Yeah, that's cool.
Of course, sports and boxing's dead, so I wanted to give the followers some fun stuff. So I wanted to use my boxing connections and all.
Yeah, that's good,
Just
man.
get people to know the fighters and all. So I really appreciate you joining.
Yeah, definitely, no problem, man.
All right. So there's always a story behind how I know the boxers. So I wanted to say how I first met Joe. So we first met at the 2300 Arena. He had a huge fight against Amir Mansour.
Oh, yeah.
2015. So I was working the back. So I'll never forget because I never met Joe. Never seen him before. So when Joey doesn't talk, he looks really intimidating and mean, even though he's really nice how you talk to him. So you didn't even say a word to me. You were telling them what music you were coming out to in the back, and I was just looking. I was okay, I'm not gonna say nothing to him. It was funny. and then also I have this as well too for people that think I'm lying. I got the official birthday book that night, signed by both of you, Mansour and Joey. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna start with basic questions, nothing too crazy or wild, just the basic stuff. So I wanted to just to get people to know you and stuff too. Yeah. So this is Joey, and his fighting nickname is the Tank. Dawejko. He's 20-8, 4 knockouts. He has a lot of power.
4 draws, 11 knockouts.
4, yeah.
Mix it up a little bit. That's
cool. 4 draws, but we'll just it's all good. So what part of Philly are you from?
Northeast Philly.
Northeast, right? Okay, yeah, same. I'm from the home circle area.
Yeah, I'm from Mayfair, Tacoma.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
So what age did you start boxing? And then I also know I see you post some cool stuff back in the day where you used to box with Danny Garcia and Angel and all too, which is pretty cool. So if you talk about that would be really cool.
Yeah, I started when I was 10, 2000. My grandpa got me involved with it, and I started at the Harrogate Boxing Club, and that's where Danny started. So. We knew each other for years, man.
Oh, that's awesome. So did you guys just fight out of there, or did you also fight in amateurs together too, or was it just club boxing?
Yeah, we fought throughout the amateurs together too. We traveled a lot. It's funny. We used to share a room, me and Danny.
Oh, really?
And Angel and my grandpa. We would all fit share the same room, so it was cool. We traveled a lot together.
Yeah, I actually got to interact with Angel a couple times because I used to get my hair and beard done at the DSG barbershop.
Oh yeah.
Total opposite of what he is on TV.
Yeah,
the dude is down to earth.
Angel's a cool dude, man.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, so don't let that TV stuff fool you. He's an awesome dude. If you ever cross paths with Angel, he's funny as hell. So why don't you talk about amateurs? How many fights? Comfortable going pro at?
Hold on, you were breaking up.
Yeah, sorry, I had a phone call. Sorry.
I didn't get the whole question.
Oh, okay, yeah. So my question was, how many amateur fights did you have, and which pro fight? I mean, which amateur fight did you know that you were gonna go pro? Sorry.
I had 68 amateur fights. I was 56-12.
Oh, wow.
I won 14 national titles and a world championship too in the amateurs.
Damn, that's
But
awesome.
then I turned 18 June 11th, 2008, and Hasim Rahman was fighting James Toney for the second time,
Oh,
and
wow.
he called me to camp, and it was the day after my 18th birthday. And once I went into camp with him, like I knew that I was ready to turn pro. Not that I was ready to turn pro, honestly, but I knew that I wanted to turn pro.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I could do it all over again, honestly, I would have waited a couple more years. I turned pro when I was 19.
Right, yeah.
But the experience level, you know what I mean? I would have waited a couple more years. Not that I didn't have the experience to turn pro, just strength wise, like physically, you know what I mean?
Okay. So was it your decision or was it your team that made that decision to go pro?
No, it was my decision.
It was
It
your
was definitely
decision? Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
definitely my decision.
All right. And then I wanted to jump into your first pro fight. So it wasn't like a 4-rounder, just like a
Yeah,
warm-up. It was actually a 6-rounder,
yeah.
fought by unanimous decision. And you actually didn't fight in Philly. You fought in
No, I fought in
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Yeah, that's cool. So how'd you wind up getting linked up to that one, fighting against Rofi?
So I actually signed with Hasim Rockland. He was my manager when I first turned pro,
Oh, okay.
and he got me to fight down in Louisiana. But we fought a 6-rounder. We fought a guy that was actually pretty tough. I dropped him in the first or second round,
Oh, wow.
and I was trying to get him out of there, but I knew that I had 6 rounds to work. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it was a good fight, a big learning experience,
Oh,
honestly.
I can't imagine.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then I tried to come back and fight a 6-rounder in Philly, and Greg Serb wouldn't let me. It was weird because I just turned pro, and I fought a 6-rounder in my debut, and
right.
then he made me fight a 4-rounder coming back to Philly. It was weird, but it's cool.
Wow. That's actually cool. I didn't even know
Yeah,
that. So my next question. So I usually love to ask this for boxers because like I know like for boxing fans like they don't really know shit like what happens with boxers and stuff
yeah.
because like they think that if a boxer loses it's over. So I want to ask you about your first loss. It was 2012 at AC Bailey's
Yeah.
against
Dorset Barnwell.
Dorset Barnwell. So going into that, were you like pissed off, or like did you just take it on the chin and move on? Like, what were your feelings on your first loss?
It was tough. You know, everybody wants to be undefeated. I was fighting. I mean, he was undefeated at the time. I was undefeated. So it was a good fight for both of us. But I don't know. After that, it was tough for me, like personally. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
But,
can imagine.
but I mean, you just got to take it on the chin and keep moving. You know?
Right? Yeah, of course. Okay, cool. Thank you for answering that. So my next question. So I know that you definitely knew Brian Jennings before you agreed to fight him. So like,
Mhm.
I know that he's like a well-known heavyweight fighter. He fought Klitschko before he fought you, of course, too. So like, is it tough? Like when you know, and you probably supported him too in the past on fights. So like, is it tough to have a mindset saying, man, he's a really good guy, but and then they have to switch and be like, okay, I got to go in and kick his ass. Like what were the feelings on that? And then did you approach him to fight, or did he approach you to fight?
To answer your first question, I followed him like after we fought in the amateur.
Right.
I followed him. I knew what he was about. I knew he had a son. You know what I mean? But this is business. You know what I mean? This is how I pay my bills. It don't matter who I'm fighting.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, just to answer that question, but what was the second question?
So my second
How it
question
came
was,
about, right?
right, yeah, how did it come about?
Russell Peltz actually kind of
No
made
way,
that
really?
fight happen. Yeah.
Wow.
It was a top ranked card. Obviously, he's affiliated with top.
Right, yeah.
He called my manager and was like, "Listen, this is a perfect opportunity." And I took the fight right away anyway. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how it happened.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's like nuts because like that's like me kind of asking like someone that I like kind of follow to fight. I feel it's too funny about that. So that's actually cool that you're able to like think of it a different way, that this is actually going to pay your bills. So
Yeah,
it
no,
doesn't matter
I
who you
mean,
are. Wow. Okay.
everybody goes to work and they're probably competitive at work, right?
Right. Yeah. Of
So
course.
that's how the boxing business is. You got to be competitive. It doesn't
Right.
matter who you're fighting. Nobody's your friend in boxing until
Right.
after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any heavyweight, anybody in the heavyweight division right now is not my friend. You know what I mean?
Right. Of course.
Like I'm cool with a lot of people, but
Yeah.
if I have to fight them, I have to fight them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm so glad I wasn't at that fight because I'd be so torn because my phone
That's all right.
keeps ringing. Yeah. I mean, I always cheer for you and I always cheer for Jennings. So I'm
That's
so
cool.
glad I wasn't at that fight.
Yeah.
I'd be so torn. I'd be going back and forth like,
Nah, it's just.
come on, Brian. Yeah, that would. Be
Even if you were, I couldn't blame you for that. You know what I mean? Everybody has fans. Everybody has
Oh my
opinions.
God.
Everybody has to pick a side. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. And then
Yeah.
what was the favorite win of your career that you can look back and you were like super proud of? Like it doesn't have to be like whether it's the one that made you higher in your division. Like it could be any win. What would you say was your favorite?
I think my favorite win, honestly, well, I have two favorites, but my favorite win was against Derek Rossi. It turned my career around. You know what I mean? I was heading to be an opponent back then. You know what I mean? And then I beat him, who was a contender. Honestly, he was ranked in all the sanction bodies, and I beat him on like a 2-week notice fight, and that kind of, you know what I mean? That turned my career around.
Right.
And then my second favorite is when I knocked Natu Asinia out.
Right. Oh my God, that was unbelievable.
Yeah, that was a great win for me. It was a great opportunity, great exposure. You know what I mean?
That was huge. That was
definitely my
Showtime
second one.
fight too.
Yeah, I fought him on Showtime.
Yeah, because I seen him fight before because he fought Steve Cunningham at the 2300 Arena.
Right.
That's also another book I have too. That's hilarious. It's actually
cool.
behind.
There you go. It was in October that year, I think.
Yeah. And then like Steve went up putting him in the hospital because he gave him too many body shots and all. Yeah. I mean, like you were doing the same thing. Like you were just hitting him everywhere. You were like teeing off on him like he was a punching bag. That was a hell of a win.
And we were that's another thing. We were friends too. I knew him
were you
for
really?
a while before that. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So.
That's
but
fun.
it was business. You know what I mean?
It's all business. Yeah. I'm actually slowly learning that with you now. It's all business. So my next question. So the cool thing about the heavyweight division, you don't have a certain like weight where like the welterweight has to be. So like you could be between 210 pounds to like 300 pounds. Yeah. So I usually love to ask this so that people could get an insight of how hard it is to train for a fight. So could you let us know about your workout regimen and also like, do you cut anything out of your diet or do you just go with all like cardio and weight just to burn everything off?
So when I would go away to camp, like to California, because my last 5 years I was off and on in California. It would just be like not like a crazy diet, but eating pretty clean. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it wasn't anything crazy. You know what I mean? But when I was training with Freddie Roach, like a regular workout would be go in, shadow box. We would hit the mitts, how many rounds, whatever. Then we would hit the bag, hit the double M bag, hit the speed bag, jump rope, and then do our exercises. But that's pretty much basic stuff, you know.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then how about with like the diet? Is there anything you cut out before like training for like a fight, or do you just eat it and then just burn?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I eat like bad when I'm not fighting or training, but I'm a soda drinker.
Oh yeah, okay.
And that's my weakness. So when I go away to camp, I stop drinking soda. You know?
Okay.
Well, that's hard for me, man.
I can't imagine. I know. I'm a huge iced tea guy and like soda once in a while too. So I feel your pain on that. Man. Okay, and then could you talk about your relationship with Rocco's Collision? So, like, I know that they do a great deal, like, sponsoring fighters and stuff. So, tell me how you got linked up with them and the type of relationship that you built with Rocco's.
So Mark Ciparone is the owner of Rocco's Collision, and he's my manager. So
Oh, okay.
he was signing a couple guys a few years ago. So it kind of came about that I had a meeting with him, and then it just went from there. You know what I mean? So every time I fight, there's always Rocco's, or I always have like stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
because he owns that company.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know,
Yeah, I didn't
so
know that he was
I
your
support
manager.
them.
Okay,
Yeah, Mark Ciparone.
that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. So that's pretty much what that is.
Okay. And then could you talk about like going into a fight? So it's like you seem like you are like stone glass. So like I love when you trash talk at the press conference. You even trash talk during the fight. You're even
Yeah.
calling the guy names and stuff. I love it. So like
Yeah.
do you deep down, I mean like nobody's gonna judge you, trust me. Like do you feel like nervous going into a fight, or is it just everyday business, or does the trash talk help you deal with the nerves?
No, it's not. It's not that I'm nervous. I feel I do it in the gym every day too, which is pretty bad. You know what I mean? I talk to the sparring partners, even my trainer sometimes. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
that's just how I feel comfortable. You know what I
that's
mean?
awesome.
And they try to ask like, yo, don't try not to like say anything. Try not to talk today. But sometimes it just pops out because I'm used to it. You know.
Right.
But my last fight, man, I just wanted that dude to stand there. That's why I was like
I
talking.
know. Yeah, I'm actually going to get into that
Yeah.
next. So I was going to ask you. So I did watch the fight fully.
Mhm.
Big Frank is big Frank.
Yeah.
So like I know like just watching you from a few fights, like you were waiting for that counter, but it seemed like that long jab was keeping you off. Would you have changed anything different? Like, do you think like maybe like trying to go toe to toe with him, or maybe giving him a couple more body shots, or was it just the jab was just keeping you off him?
No, it's just his style all around.
Right. It seemed like he didn't want to try to get in
He
there
didn't
with
want
you.
to engage, and I mean, I get it. I don't blame him. That's how he won the fight. You know what I mean? He stayed on the outside pretty much. He just has a difficult style to fight. You know. Who knows where he'll go from here? Who knows if he could hang with the big guys or not?
Right. Yeah.
But he has a good style. You know, he has that Cuban pedigree. I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
think
for
he did.
sure.
I didn't think he did leading up to the fight. Like I watched a lot of fights on him, as much as I could get really. But I watched a lot of clips, and
Hmm.
it didn't seem to me like he had that natural Cuban
Yeah.
style. But fighting him was like it felt like I couldn't get to him. You know what I mean?
I know. It was like trouble watching it on the TV too
Yeah,
because like I really wanted him to engage you, but he definitely
yeah,
had a game plan,
yeah.
and
No, he
he
stuck to
knew.
his
Yeah,
game plan, man. He definitely stuck to his game plan.
he did. Fuck. So I wanted to ask you too. So I have two more questions for you, and then I'll let you go, of course.
Yeah, no problem. Man.
Yeah. So my other one is, so what's your goals? For like, so like once all the coronavirus clears and stuff, you're able to get back in the gym and stuff. So what's your goals? Like, where are you trying to be in the heavyweight division? Because like it's like everywhere now. So like there isn't really like a huge contender because obviously we saw Babyface was on the same card as you and he got upset it as well.
Yeah.
Are you still trying to fight the next best, or are you just trying to fight your the up and coming prospects to take them down? Like what's your goals in the heavyweight division?
Right now, I mean, I'm just gonna take a little break. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Figure out what's gonna happen. Of course, we got the virus going on, but
Yeah.
um, I had to think. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
What I could do if I'm still able to make money. Boxing, you know what I mean? And I think I can, honestly.
Oh yeah, of course.
So if I still get called to fight guys, like I'm still gonna take the fight. You know what I mean?
Right.
I never turned down a fight anyway. So
Right. Yeah. No, of course.
I mean I still want to fight. As long as the money is good. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So that's my plan. Just taking it as it comes. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, the one fight that I would really love if I ever fight a Philly guy again. I feel like he needs a couple more fights though, but I would really love for you and Sonny Conto to maybe fight one day. I feel like that would be a really good fight. Like he has an aggressive style, you have a counter style, so I feel like that would be one hell of a fight that people would come and see. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just starting his career out.
Yeah, he's just starting out. He's like 6-0. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got man, I've been a professional for 10 years now. You know what I mean? I think I'm on the end part of my career. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping maybe in the next year or two, once he gets more fights up, I feel like the 2300 Arena or even Temple would probably be
Yeah.
really nice fight for that.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I feel like it'd be good. So my last question, of course, I'm not going to address the rumor because whatever stays in the gym stays in the gym. But I wanted to ask you, how awesome was it to work out with Anthony Joshua, working out with him, sparring, and then question 2 is the same for Andy Ruiz. Like, did you pick up anything on working out with them?
I'll start with the Andy Ruiz first. So
Okay.
I was in California. I was training, and we kind of agreed that I wasn't going to go back to California.
Mm-hmm.
So we went out there to clear our apartment out. So we were getting our apartment, but I was going to the gym every day. So it just so happened the day that I was there, Andy Ruiz was there, and they asked me for work.
Oh, wow.
And so I sparred him. Yeah, I sparred him about 6 rounds, I think. And that was a week before he fought Alexander Dimitrenko.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And that was about 6 weeks before he fought Joshua. He didn't even know that he was getting it.
Yeah, he didn't. He had no clue.
He didn't like. I was texting him back and forth like, "Yo, are you getting a Joshua fight?" And then he found out that he was. And then a week before, well, 2 weeks before the Ruiz Joshua fight, I got called to go down to Miami to work with Joshua. So that was good. You know what I mean? Everybody has conspiracy theories saying that I helped Andy Ruiz knock Joshua out because I told him how Ruiz or Joshua was, but it's all bullshit though. I wasn't talking to Andy Ruiz as I was training with Joshua, you know what I mean? And whatever happened in the gym, it stays in the gym.
So, right, exactly.
So I'm not gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have nothing to say. But what is kind of fucked up, I never said nothing about anything, training good or bad, nothing about Anthony Joshua. And I seen some videos that he did saying that I was just looking for 5 seconds of fame.
Are you serious?
Off of his name, but he didn't specifically say my name, but all the stuff that was going on, I knew he was talking about me, you know what I mean? And I didn't, I never came out to say anything. Any interview that I ever did about it, I respected him, and I was respectful, you know what I mean? So that was kind of messed up that he said that, because I was trying to get in touch with them, and they weren't answering the phone.
They weren't answering nothing, right? Yeah.
So fuck them.
Exactly. That is wild, because and then I didn't even see that either, but for him to say that basically even if it was true or not true, he basically answered that question for himself. So even if you didn't, he basically now that's crazy that he did that. So, yeah,
it is what it is, man.
Yeah, fuck him.
I know how this is. I know how this is boxing, and I don't know. It's supposed to be a brotherhood, you know what I mean?
Right? Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm cool with him. I'll still shake his hand if I ever seen him. You know what I mean? If he ever needed me again, I would still go down to camp with him too.
Yeah, of course.
But it is what it is.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. Do you have any shout-outs or anything, or are you all good?
No, I'm good, man. I'm going to continue to keep watching you every day. If you
cool, man. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get. So I have Michelle Rosado tomorrow.
Cool.
So she's going to be 5 o'clock. Then I have a couple phone apps as well, just to change up from boxing. And I'm hoping to get more fighters next week. So I'm trying to work on J-Rock for Friday, but I'm waiting to see what he does. I'm trying to get Jesse Hart too. So
Cool,
yeah,
man.
yeah. I'm just like trying to do this for fun, just keep the boxers
Yeah, it's
busy
cool.
too,
Man.
because
Joe,
I
what do you
know
do
it
for a
sucks.
living?
What's that?
What do you do for a living?
So actually, I work in marketing for
Okay.
a business. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
It's down in Manioc for like branding and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, but like I have a degree in sports and all too.
hmm
So like I'm trying to jump back into sports, but like when you first come into sports, it's god awful. The pay's terrible,
Right.
so it's like a real grind. So I was like
Right.
originally working with the Trenton Thunder, so I was selling
Oh,
tickets and
nice.
stuff. Yeah, but yeah, so like I decided to get a job in real business. I'm hoping to get back soon. Yeah,
That's cool, man. That's good.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
good
But
luck with everything,
yeah,
man.
thank you so much, and
No problem.
also with you, thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for joining. I appreciate
No
it.
problem, man. I'll
All
talk to you
right, I'll
soon.
see you, Joe. Thanks.
All right. Later, man.
All right. All right, so that was Joey the Tank. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys really enjoyed listening to him about the heavyweight division, learning about Joe, also training with Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. That's huge. And then with Dion Butt earlier as well. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. Thank you for listening. Tomorrow, again, I'm going to have Will Bubinik. He's going to talk about his company. He started for special needs athletes. It's called Nebula, so we're going to talk about that at 12. And I'm going to sign back on at 5 o'clock later on in the day. We're going to talk to Michelle Rosado, who's a boxing promoter, Raging Babe. So she's going to talk about the grind of boxing promotion, how she got started, and we're going to talk about the Philly special as well. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and I'll see you all tomorrow.